Hey everyone, welcome back to RJK English. Today we're moving on from past perfect simple to past perfect continuous, and we're going to review. We are going to keep going through this book, English for Everyone. I am not sponsored by them, but I use it for people that I teach, and I find it to be really, really useful. I have a link below that I will post. So past perfect tense is used to talk about an event that happened or was continuously happening before another past event happened. And it has an effect on the event that is closest to us. Okay, so in present perfect continuous, something had been happening that affects the present. I have been cooking for 2 hours. Can you help me? So that means they're still cooking, right? They're not done. They're still cooking at that time. I have been cooking for 2 hours, so I'm really tired. Can you set the table? Can you put the plates out on the table so that we can get ready to eat? So past perfect moves this into the past. It sets up a past present time and has the perfect tense before that. Okay, so here's the present. They're thinking back, they're imagining back. Here's their thought cloud. So here's this past present event, this past event, right? And the past perfect continuous happens right before that, and it affects it. It may still be going on. So let's use the same cooked version again. I had been cooking, not have been. I had been cooking for 2 hours when he came into the room. I asked him, could you set the table? I'm really tired. See, something had been happening continuously before my past event. It affected it. Let's look at an example. He had been learning English for 2 years by the time he traveled to the US. Okay, so here is our past perfect continuous. You use had, been, and then the present participle, the verb plus ing. So that's what's different from the past simple. You use had plus been plus verb plus ing. He had been learning. So learning had been going on continuously in the past. He had been learning English, he had been learning English for 2 years. By the time, this is connector, the connector, he traveled to the US. Past simple. This is past perfect continuous. This is past simple plus the connector. And as we learned last time, you can switch them using a comma, right? You move this whole part, the connector and the past simple, to the front, add a comma, and then you can add the past perfect continuous after that. By the time he traveled to the US, connector, past simple, this is a clause, past simple clause. He had been learning English for 2 years. Past perfect continuous. Past PC. Right here. Okay? So you can have it in the front or in the back. So, but the past perfect continuous is the thing that happened before the more recent past event. Do you see how we're moving things to the past? It's like telling a story. Hey man, last week I went to the store. I had been studying. I had trouble staying awake in the store. When I went to the US, remember I went to the US, I had been studying English for 2 years by the time I traveled to the US. There can also be a because that allows the present simple or the past simple to be first. The because this is causing this, and then here is the past PC. He had traveled to the US. He traveled to the US because he had been studying English for 2 years. and wanted to meet English speakers. That's a because. So had plus been plus the verb plus ing. Okay, let's think of some other examples. The students had been studying for 2 weeks straight, so they passed the test. Or you could say they passed the test because they had been studying for 2 weeks straight. So this is the way that we can use this. I hope that's clear to you. Okay, see you guys. Hi everyone, welcome to RJK English. Make sure to like and subscribe, and that will help me make more of these videos. I'm on YouTube and on Instagram, and see us on Facebook, and we can talk further.